My people, welcome back to your favorite U&I Talk show with Louise UWACU. This week, my people, I am so sexy. Why? We're going to Jamaica. My people, welcome back. U&I Talk show today, taking you to Jamaica with Debra EHRHARDT. Am I saying your name right?
That is correct, Debra EHRHARDT.
Yes. Debra, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here in your beautiful city.
Oh, wow. This is, I mean, it's so interesting because you just came from Cannes in France. You're an international Jamaican. We'll get into that.
I like that.
Yes, and you're in Vancouver to perform your very interesting play that we're going to show a clip later on, Jamaica Farewell, the play. So, how did you become an actress, a writer, a performer?
Well, I must tell you that I grew up in Jamaica. I'm from Kingston, and my father was an alcoholic and a gambler, and so there was no money left over for any kind of entertainment or toys or anything, and so I had to figure out how to entertain myself and my friends. So I became a great storyteller, because you don't need any money for that. And my mother took me to church every week, and I knew every story from Genesis to Revelation. And so I would put my own spin on it,
you know,
and elaborate and make up other characters and just make Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel and all those stories even way better. And I would tell my stories in a mango tree in the backyard. And I got so good at telling stories that I was charging 10 cents to all my friends at 9 years old.
Already an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I had some money to buy candy, you know, and I knew how to take care of myself. So I started at a young age telling stories. I love storytelling, you know. I think it's really important to tell stories because, you know, that's how we get to realize that no matter where you come from in the world, you know, Timbuktu, Jamaica, Canada, wherever, that really we're all the same, you know. So that's why I love storytelling, and I love to share my stories. And I started at a very young age in a mango tree in Jamaica.
Wow. And look at you now, touring the whole world. So how is Jamaica? We're under the impression that everybody's beautiful and sexy over there. I was like, today I'm gonna wear this dress.
We are. Listen, it's a beautiful country.
Jamaican music to the show. I was like, I'm missing the music.
Listen, it's a beautiful country, and the people are some of the warmest and most wonderful in the world, you know. But honestly, there's a little bit of a class system, and so you're kind of born into a certain class, and you kind of stay there, you know. And my family were not wealthy, and so, and because my father was, you know, the town drunk, I was the town drunk's daughter, you know, and I didn't like that story that I was born into. And I knew that if I got to America, I could rewrite that story, you know?
Yes.
Because I didn't want to be that. I didn't want people to put me in that pigeonhole and leave me there, and, you know, and I had found out that, you know, America had many opportunities, and I knew of a maid who went to Jamaica. She got there because a guy from America who was working for the Peace Corps, he fell in love with her and married her. And she came to America, went to school, and the maid was now an assistant professor of sociology, sending pictures of her in a Mercedes.
You know?
I'm like, I gotta get there, you know? So, and the thing is, Jamaica tends to be a little bit of a male-dominated society. And, you know, all the women in my family were homemakers, you know, and the men made the decisions. And I didn't want to be a homemaker. In fact, I still can't cook and I don't want to.
You know?
I don't sew, I don't clean. I can tell a story though. So I thought, I got to get out of Jamaica, you know? And then the other thing that I loved was that I heard that in America, the women rule the men. And I like that story too. So I thought, I got to get there. So, but, you know, because my family didn't have any money, we couldn't get a visa. You know, we'd gone down to the embassy several times and we couldn't prove financial stability. And, you know, so it was denied, denied, denied.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you know, how am I going to get there? I took a job with a businessman in Kingston, and it was on my lunch hour one day. I went to this new jerk hut. And while I was checking out,
that jerk
yes, honey, the Jamaican food. The Jamaicans have some of the best food in the world. I mean, we just do. We know how to cook.
Yes.
Not me, but they. But the food is really good. And so I went to this jerk hut one day, and you know, and I just spotted off in the corner. I heard an American accent, and because I was in love with America, I knew that accent, and I heard that American accent, and I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
And I saw a great looking guy. Thank goodness I was looking really good
You
that
know?
day. And he caught my eye and I caught his. And we became friends. You know?
Wow.
And I, you know, I thought, well, maybe he'd fall in love with me and marry me, you know. But that was a gamble, hoping that he, you know, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, you never know.
An opportunity came up where it was actually something illegal, where I could have been thrown in jail for 20 years.
Ooh, I think we will come back to that. What we're going to do, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to show you, my people, a little sample of her work. Because seeing her on stage is another thing. This is just in studio over here. And then people can go see her on stage around the world. You'll tell people where you're touring next. So let's take a short break, see a little bit of her, and then keep talking.
Okay.
U&I Talk show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
I want to go to America so badly, but I can't get a visa. The American embassy says my family isn't rich enough. And now there's a political revolution going on in Jamaica. Nobody can get a visa. The lines at the American embassy wrap around the block twice. What am I gonna do? I have an idea. Mom, do you have any more of that black cloth left? I got a few yards, honey. What do you need it for? I need you to make me a nun's habit. For what? I'm going down to the American embassy one more time to try again for the visa. If they think I'm Sister Debbie, maybe I'll have a better chance. Can my mom sew or what? Okay, let's see here. No makeup check, hair hidden check, cleavage covered, ugly shoes, well-worn Bible. Wow, Sister Debbie Agnes, bless you, child. Who would have thought Debbie Phillips could look like a nun? Okay, deep breath, pious countenance. Let's go get that American visa. Sister Debbie Phillips. That has a nice ring to it. Where are your financial statements? I work for God. At that point, the American official purposely misspeaks some Latin phrase from High Mass, waiting to be corrected. It sounded like Greek to me and sails right over my head. Down comes a denied stamp. So much for pro bono work. I head back to work. I can't take another minute at this job. I've never been so bored in my life. Finally, it's lunchtime. The big excitement today is that a new cute little lunch place, Ungi's Jerk Hut, just opened up 3 doors down, which is just about as far as you can walk with the violence all around. Someone dropped off one of their menus yesterday and they claim to have the best curry goat and oxtail you ever tasted. They even have an American section with hamburgers, hot dogs, and French fries. I can smell that overripe sweet plantain frying up on the griddle. Here it is. It must be good. The line is way out the back. Okay, let's see here. Everything looks so tasty, I can't decide. Speaking of looking tasty, who's that over there? Tall, dark, and handsome, nice body, dressed in a nice suit. He isn't pushing and shoving in the line, so I know he's not Jamaican. I just heard him speak. He has an American accent. He just caught me looking at him. Every day for the next 2 weeks, I go back to Ungi's hoping to run into him. Maybe we'll fall in love and he'll take me to America. He better show up soon. I'm getting sick of curry goat. He's in the line right behind me. Hi there. What do you recommend? I'm tired of hamburgers. I want to try something Jamaican today. Well, I'm Jamaican, but the manish water soup, the oxtail, and jerk chicken are also very good. He goes with the soup and jerk chicken because he thinks eating oxtail is weird. You don't know what you're missing with the oxtail. I know what the ox is missing, and that's good enough for me. I get my food and sit down. He's coming over. Do you mind if I sit with you? I won't be able to eat the bones or lick my fingers. Sure. Pull up a seat. I'm Debbie. What's your full name? It's Debbie Ann Phillips. Debbie Ann. I like that. Is it okay to call you Debbie Ann? Sure. Whatever you like. My future husband can call me anything he wants. I'm Jack Wallingsford. Nice to meet you, Debbie Ann. You work around here? Yeah, just around the corner at Cleopatra's Collections. I'm an assistant to the head guy. What do you do? Well, I tell most people I'm with the American Embassy, but I'll tell you the truth. He pauses dramatically, looks around, and whispers like he was, if not Agent 007, at least 005 or 006. I work for the CIA. He works for the CIA? Sounds exciting. You like that soup? It's good, isn't it? It's one of my favorites. It is good. What's in it? Goat testicles. Jack, are you okay? I didn't want the only American I knew to choke to death. Who knows, the CIA could pin this on me. Jack! I'm fine. I'll be okay. Funny, a minute ago I felt bad for the ox, but compared to the goat, he's in pretty good shape. He pushes the soup aside. Americans don't know what they're missing. Jack, do you mind if I finish that? I hate to see good testicles go to waste. Oh, by all means, help yourself.
U&I Talk show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
All right, my people, we're back. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm floating again for you. That is so good. So not only are you a great storyteller, but you are also funny. Is this like a necessary thing in telling your story?
You know, I love to laugh. But I find that even in some of the most tragic moments of life, you know, you have to break things up with a little humor. And I find that the best humor comes from tragedy.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's important, you know, so everything that I tell, you know, it's up and down, because that's how life is, you know.
So you get to America illegally.
Yes.
Are you allowed to tell the story of how you got there, or is it a scary thing to do, or you're not afraid of the CIA?
Well, you know what? I say it's a mostly true story.
Oh, okay.
So who's gonna come after me?
Yeah. So what about that boyfriend that got you to America?
Well, I was 18 years old at the time, and I wasn't really interested in a boyfriend at that time. That's why I changed the plan about getting married, you know. But we still keep in touch, you know, after all these years. He sends me he works with the CIA, and he sends me a picture of his gun in each new country he's stationed in. And, you know, it pretty, I still can't believe, you know, that I'm here in America, living the American dream and telling my stories.
Yeah.
And I just...
But it wasn't so easy for you to start in America. You had to struggle. You told me about your accent. I love your beautiful Jamaican accent.
I wanted to come to America to tell my stories, and when I graduated theater school there, you know, they said, you know, well, you're going to have to change your accent because, you know, you're not going to get any work. And I was in shock. I can't sound like an American, you know. I tried to take some speech classes for a little while, and then I went out on an audition, and the director said to me, "That was great, do that with your American accent." And I was thinking, that was the American accent, you know. So I realized I couldn't get it because I couldn't get rid of the rhythm in my voice, and probably because deep down I didn't really want to change my Jamaican accent, you know, because even though I was in America, my heart will always be in Jamaica, you know? So I didn't think I really wanted to change it anyway. So I thought, well, if I want to work, I have to start writing my own stories. And so that's what I did. I started to write my own plays, you know, and people said to me, well, nobody in America is going to be interested in some Jamaican story. And I thought, oh yeah? Wait till you see how I'm going to tell it. You know? You know? Because I feel like a good story is a good story. Yes. You know? And as long as, you know, you keep people's interest, you know, and they want to know what happens next, you could be telling your story from Mars and they're going to listen, you know? So
how is your story received in, let's say, France? You just came from Cannes, versus how it's received in America. When you travel around the world, how do you see the difference?
Well, I've been very blessed to get to do my play all over the world. And, you know, America, which is a melting pot, I've had people from, you know, in America, but their backgrounds are from, you know, China, Japan, India, Africa, all over. They've come and seen the play there, and everybody can relate to some part of the story, you know. And even Americans, you know, they love it because they were immigrants at one time. You know, we're all immigrants in America. You know, the real Americans were the Indians, you know. So everybody's an immigrant. And this story, you know, it's a Jamaican story, but it has universal themes. It's really the story about a girl with a dream.
And no matter aspiring to freedom.
You know, and all of us have dreams, you know. Everybody has a dream, and so, you know, they love the story, you know, and no matter where you come from, you know, I've had people come up and say to me, my father was an alcoholic, you know, from India, from all over, you know, so there's, you know, it's a universal story with universal themes, and so no matter where you come from, you know, people can enjoy it.
And then, so you were so young, like 18 years old, you were just dreaming. Right now, would you say that your dreams, the reality has become what you hoped for, or how has it gone for you versus what you used to dream as an 18-year-old girl?
Well, you know, it's so funny because I risked my life to get to America, you know. I did illegal stuff that I would never have done now. Like, I know I'm getting a little old.
But you look so fresh, so young, you dressed up so nice.
Oh, well,
look at your shape.
Thank you. But, you know, the truth is, you know you're getting a little old.
20-year-olds are praying for you.
you're getting a little older though when you're nervous to do anything illegal anymore.
Oh,
you know,
okay. Yeah.
I was ready to take on the world, and whatever I had to do, whether it was illegal or whether I had to go to jail, I was going to do it. Now, I do not want to go to jail, so I'm not doing anything that could get me to jail. But it has. I have to say that America has, fulfilled my dreams, because if I had stayed in Jamaica, believe me, I'd probably still be making 10 cents in the mango tree. So, it's just an amazing opportunity. I still can't believe it. I was telling my story in a little theater in Santa Monica, California, and the producer calls me and says, Tom Hanks and his wife are here to see your play.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna take a short break and come back to that. All to that. Oh, Tom Hanks, break time. We'll be back.
U&I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
My people, we're back, and right now we're in Hollywood. So you're in Los Angeles, you're performing, you're doing your amazing thing, and Tom Hanks and his wife are watching you without even you knowing.
Well, no, they told me before the show, and I thought, why did they tell me before the show? I had to go pray and say, God, help me not to forget the lines with Tom Hanks in the audience. Yeah. But I have to say, guys, it was like a dream come true. I thought, here I am, a poor little Jamaican girl telling stories in a mango tree, and now I am in a theater in Santa Monica, and Tom Hanks and his wife are sitting there watching me. I mean, is that like unreal?
Yeah.
I mean, the only place in the world that these kinds of things can happen is the United States of America. I gotta tell you, because I've been all over the world, and it's just the most unbelievable place. And after the show, they wanted to meet me. I'm like, oh my God, please, if I'm dreaming, don't let me wake up. And so they wanted to produce my show. When I did it at the Playhouse, I just had 2 little boxes, and I was just telling the story on a dark stage with 2 little boxes, and they want to produce me and give me a fabulous stage and, on a beautiful set. And I was like, oh my God, somebody up there loves me. and they produced my Jamaica Farewell in Los Angeles. Yeah. And and they set me up with the director. Have you heard of the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes, I have.
So they said to me, we're going to give you a new director. Do you know the show Big Fat Greek Wedding? That director, would you be okay with him directing you? Let me think about that. Yeah, I think he could direct me. And so here I am in Los Angeles with, Rita Hanks directing Jamaica Farewell and being directed by Joel Zwick. I mean, it's been, listen, America has been good to me.
Yes, but that is also because you were good. You brought your talent to the table. I think this is what America does. It gives you the opportunity. If you're already talented, because you were already so talented, and you needed to be in an environment that has those opportunities for you.
That's true.
And it's a testimony to your talent and your great performance that they will be in the audience and then recognize that and then be like, oh, this is somebody that is so talented. We need to support that.
Listen, it's been wonderful. I thank the good Lord every night,
Yeah.
And, it's funny because haven't had the easiest life because, like I said, my dad was an alcoholic and a drunk. And, many times he gambled away everything in the house. And I would come home from school and there'd be no bed to sleep on. And my mom would be making up a bed on the floor and everything would be gone. There'd be no water, doing homework by candlelight, But I would never change anything because if I didn't have all that stuff happen to me, I wouldn't have any stories to tell. So it's great.
Debra, thank you so much for being here. It's been so fascinating. So Tell people where they can find you, where you're going next after Vancouver, and how do you see the future? The show is coming to an end, but it's been so great to have you here.
Well, I do have a website, JamaicaFarewellThePlay.com, and I'm going to go back to Los Angeles, and I'm going to do a couple more shows there, and then they've invited me down to Tennessee, to the Storytelling Center, to tell the story down there in November. And I'm actually working on a new play because I've been doing Jamaica Farewell for 10 years, but I still do it when people call me to do it. I'm excited to be doing it here in Vancouver for the second time.
Yes. And I hear you'll eventually do a movie?
Yes, I'm working on turning Jamaica Farewell into a movie, so that's really exciting.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, wow. I can't wait to see it. Are you going to play yourself? I mean, who's going to play you so well?
I know. Who's going to play me? That's true. But, you know, I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And
well, you could play.
I can't play 18 anymore. But, you know, so they'll find somebody to play 18 years old, and maybe I'll be her mom.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
you know?
a very young-looking mom.
You know, but it doesn't even matter. You know, as long as the movie gets on the screen.
Yeah.
And I can get my check.
You know?
Go shopping.
And then go to Jamaica for a vacation.
Go right down to Jamaica. It'll be wonderful, you know. It's good. God has been good, and I'm just grateful to be here with you.
All right.
And thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
All right, my people, that's it for this week. Thank you for being here. You and I.